Morning, children. This is Arud Selvi, your English teacher. Happy to meet you all with this video of a poem. Today, you are going to learn a poem which is very close to your lives and it's very, very interesting. But before that, I want all of you to close your eyes. Take deep breath and say Om 5 times. Let's begin. Om. 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 Now slowly open your eyes. How you feel now? Calm, quiet, composed and concentrated? Yes. So, how many of you fight with your brother and sister at home? Or argue with your parents? Many of us do this. Yes? So, I want you to take a paper and a pencil and list out the reason or cause for the fight that you had with your brother or sister or friend or with your father, mother or any other relative. Find out the reasons and list the reasons. This is for your self-analyzing. Can you guess from the picture? It's a fight between sister and brother. Yes. This poem, what we are going to learn today, is also a fight. A fight, in other word, quarrel. A quarrel between sister and brother. And at the end, whether they are united or they kept fighting, you are going to learn from this beautiful and interesting poem, The Quarrel, written by Eleanor Forgione. The author of this poem is Eleanor Forgione. She was born on 13th February 1881 in England and died at the age of 84. Most of her work were for children and she has contributed a lot for children's literature. She didn't write in her own name. She used her pen name. That is, while writing, some authors use some other name without their original name. It's called pen name. Some of her pen names are Tom Fool, Mary Andrew, and Chimera. One of her notable work is Morning Has Broken. She has won some awards. Notable ones, important ones are Carnegie Medal in 1955, Hans Christian Andersen's Award in 1956. You have seen about the author and now we are going to see what is the poem about. This poem is about the fight or quarrel between two siblings. The poet is trying to explain how a quarrel between siblings began and ended without any reason. Most of the time, the fights, misunderstandings, and the quarrel we have is for some petty issues and without any significance. The poet says that she quarreled with her brother over something and she was not ever aware what she was quarreling about. One thing was giving way to the another, and while fighting, both of them were mentally distanced. But initially, the fight was very small and it was not for any big reason, but gradually one thing of the fight gave way for the another and slowly become a serious one. For example, I'll explain you with the situation. When at home, when you are drawing, you are using your own crayon, pencils that your mother gifted on your birthday. Now your brother comes to you and he asks for the ones and you are not giving him. You are not ready to give him. Now you start a fight. You verbally abuse each other. Sometimes you hit each other also. And finally, your father or mother has to come to solve the problem. Now it looks very simple. And will you stop there? No. And next time, when you ask him something, he will not give you. And again you will complain. Like that, in this case also, you can relate that this poet also fought in a similar way with her brother, and one small thing gave way for the another fight, and another fight gave way for the another fight. So slowly with the time the problem became big and they started to hate each other. They didn't like each other. They didn't want to speak with each other. It was almost afternoon and it went very wrong and it was a very big fight now. Suddenly, my brother understands, feels bad inside. When you fight with your brother or sister, will you feel happy or sad? Sad feeling or happy feeling? What you will have? You will have a sad feeling. So similarly, this brother also had a sad feeling. So he understood somewhere he is wrong. You should not have forced you to give a pencil. Similarly, this brother also understood some thing is wrong in his side also. When we clap our hands, when sound comes, when we use both of our hands, right? Like that, when we use only one hand, will the sound come? No. So both the hands are needed to make a sound. Similarly, when the real fight begins, when both of you are wrong, when both of you are involved, then fight is big. The sound is big when you are clapping stronger. Like that, fight is stronger when both of you are on the wrong side. So that the brother understood, and he came to the sister, to the author, and patted on her back gently and asked her, "Oh, come on, it's not possible, it's not right to linger with these issues throughout the night. You also climb, it's something I have done wrong, so sorry for that." So this time he actually becomes the right person. When you ask sorry and you end a fight, you become a right person. In this occasion, the brother shows his generosity. So this is the poem about, and now let us read these lines from the poem and we'll understand the poem better. I quarreled with my brother. I don't know what about. One thing led to another. and somehow we fell out. Here, fell out is mentally distanced. We are not liking each other. The start of it was light, the end of it was strong. He said he was right. I knew he was wrong. Now, in this poem, this paragraph, the poet had a fight with a brother, as I explained you before, and the cause for the fight is not known. Because they didn't have any valid reason for the fight. The fight was happening for a series of things, and one thing gave to the way for the other. One led to the another one. And because of these unpleasant things, they mentally were distanced from each other and they didn't like each other. When it was beginning, it was very light, it was not a very serious issue. But gradually it grew intense and became very serious. And her brother argued that he was right, whereas the narrator, the author, thought she is right in our side. So both were strong in their stand. The second paragraph. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back. Here, thumped is tapping. And said, "Oh, come along. We cannot go on all night." I was in the wrong, so he was in the right. So in this second paragraph, the poet explains that in the noon the fight becomes very serious and they started hating each other, and they didn't like to see each other's face. And suddenly the poet's brother tapped on the back and he understood it's wrong, it's not nice to go along like this. So he came down and he was kind enough to say that he is wrong, and he says sorry for his mistake. That's why he proves that he is generous. So now the poet also is moved inside the heart, inside his consciousness. She also realized that she was wrong in some way. So in this beautiful poem, which is very close to our real life, the poet explains it's good always to ask sorry and end the problems in a smooth way. Be the first one to ask sorry and be the last one for a quarrel. It's always good to be humble, generous, and with lot of tolerance, and never fight. Let's see the new vocabulary. Here new vocabulary is slight, small or modest, quarreled, fought, thumped, hit, turned black, to become unpleasant. These are the new words that we learn from this poem. There are some poetic device used in this poem. Why we use poetic device? It gives a nice structure for the writing. It gives more beauty to it, adds more beauty to the poem. What poetic device we have used in this poem? It is alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is a term to describe a literary device in which a series of words begin with the same consonant sound. You know what is the consonant and what is vowels. A, E, I, O, U is vowel and others are consonants. Now, in the same line, for example, see this line, the start of it was light. Here, start and slight both start with yes. They have the same consonant sound. This is called alliteration. In this poem, again you can see. Let's see rhyming scheme of this poem. What is rhyming scheme? It's the pattern of the rhyme in the poem. done by altering the letters of the alphabets for each rhyming sound. First, I have taken these 4 lines of the poem from first paragraph. I quarreled with my brother. A. If we keep it as A, and here see this in the third line. One thing led to another. So I am giving it another A. So this is the A, first one. Brother, another, rhyming word. So see the second line now. I don't know what about. And fourth line. And somehow we fell out. About and out. So we have given B for this rhyming words. So we have found 2 sets of rhyming words from these 4 lines. So let us see about other 4 lines. The start of it was slight. And where you can find the rhyming word for this? In the 7th line. He said he was right. So slight and right. So it is the third set of rhyming words in this poem. So we are giving it C. The end of it was strong. So it's strong, and in the last line, the first paragraph, I knew he was wrong. Strong and wrong is the 4th set of rhyming word in this poem. So we give them D. For how many set of rhyming word we have this for this paragraph? 4 set. So rhyming scheme for this poem of the first paragraph is AB, AB, CD and CD. So the similar thing is repeated for the second paragraph also. Another brother. So A. Black, back is B. Along, wrong is C. Night and right is D. So the rhyming scheme for this poem is AB, AB, CD and CD. So rhyming words of this poem are brother, another, slight, right, strong, wrong, black, back, along, wrong, right and night. So now time to recollect what activity we have done. So in the beginning we listed out some reasons for our fight with our family members or friends. Take it out. Now it's time for self-analyzing. Just have a close look at your list and try to make out what is the reason. Is the reason valid or is it for a petty thing? If you have a proper valid reason also, can it be because of some misunderstandings? Can it be resolved in a good way without a fight? Take some time to do this self-analyzing, and finally you will understand yourself that most of the fight we have are for not any reason. So never fight. I repeat my words. Be the first one to ask sorry and to end the fight, and be the last one to start the fight, which will create a calm, peaceful and happy environment around you. Keep smiling, be happy and keep others around you also happy. Thank you. Have a nice day.